and all. Welcome to the Mask Leadership Community Episode 027, where leaders create more leaders. My name is Yugandhar, currently working in Everest IMS Technologies as HR Executive. The Mask Leadership is started with a specific objective of creating 1000 plus leaders, where all the working professionals, business people share their real-time challenges, either leading self, leading others, or leading the business on our website www.themaskleadership.com. We see all the challenges, filter them, and every week on Wednesday, we invited a top management leader from a corporate company who will be giving solutions for your real-time challenges on leadership. That's when we call as leaders create more leaders. Currently, all are muted, and we will be giving an opportunity to speak to our guest, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor. But before that, let me also share that we are currently live on Facebook, and this episode is being recorded. So, are we all ready to interact with our guest on the topic fitness habits for leaders? Please type yes in the chat box if we are ready. Thank you. Before the introduction of the guest, let me also take the privilege to introduce founder of the Mask Leadership Community, Mr. Prakash Sharma, who will have interaction with our guest today.
Great. Thank you very much, Yugandhar, for that wonderful introduction which you have given. That's really great and wonderful. So over to you, Yugandhar. And members who have joined in us today, we have our special guest, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor. More to know about him. And I would be definitely, as we're interacting with him, you'll understand the real insights about what fitness is. And there are some success stories which also will really help us grow. So before we get into that, let's go ahead with a quick introduction of Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor by Yugandhar itself.
Now it's our privilege to introduce about our guest. Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor is from Delhi and is an enthusiast who will like playing cricket, golf and football. He also loves to travel, read, sing, cook and gardening. Let's know more about his professional experience through a video.
Great. So wow, that's great. So thank you very much, Manish, for the video. And members as well as the visitors, please type welcome Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor on the chat box. And Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor is here for us to share the key insights about the fitness habits for leaders. Welcome, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor.
Yeah, thank you very much, the team member, Prakash, for a wonderful introduction. I don't deserve that, but nonetheless, you have given this. I'll take it as a compliment, and you have made my day today. So nobody has actually made my day today. So it's looked like that you guys are showering with the flowers for making my day today. So thank you very much once again, and I'll try to be as crisp as possible and try to relate the real time experiences about the health and fitness, why that is important to me, and why and what regime I follow to keep myself and my mind fit. It is not the body, but the mind also, which one has to keep fit. So I think that is more important,
Perfect.
Prakash.
Great, Sanjeev Kapoor sir. Thanks very much. And definitely the team here, which is there, the complete, the mask leadership, all our members are there a part of it. So there are a lot of people are behind the scenes who would be seeing it and experiencing the same. But
Right.
it's really a privilege that you have been here with us. Thanks very much once again. So, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor sir, before we get into the quick discussion about the fitness habits for leaders,
Right.
for the members, I have a quick question for the members and visitors on our poll.
Hmm.
So, members as well as visitors on, you will be having a poll on your screen. Have a look at the poll, and we request you to highlight or share your answers. So, Arun, please share the poll questions to the members here. All right, so Arun. All right, so I believe the poll questions, okay, isn't there? Okay, let me take it up this way. Okay, how many of us are amongst the complete members here and visitors here are there? How many of us are frequently or having the habits of fitness, where you keep thinking about fitness and you also regularly been doing it? So you can either type any of these. Either it's going to be daily, every alternate day, it could be weekly, or whenever I have time. What is your answers out of these four? So quickly type them in the chat box and let's see. Every alternate days is what Renuka says. Thank you very much. There are Mr. Devarayan who says daily. Great, Devarayan. So we have options called how frequency, what is the frequency of our fitness habits? We are aware about, are we doing it daily, alternate days, weekly, whenever we have time, or monthly? What are those? So there are people who are saying daily, there are people who say whenever I have time. Good, good. Other members, quickly type in your answers. Let's see. I will look forward for all the members typing on the answers on the screen. There are a few more people who are saying daily. Mr. Fanindra says whenever I have time. Great, thank you very much. And thanks, others also, please do type in, and that will be helping us. When I see the video related to fitness, oh, that's great. Thanks very much for Ambika for sharing it. All right, so Mr. Sanjeev, this quick question I asked our members as well as the visitors who have joined us today is to
Yeah.
just give us a complete insight that yes, we all are aware about fitness, but one of the real-time challenging situation for most of the leaders here in our community is sustaining the fitness habits regularly, because there could be a lot of reasons where sustain the fitness habits. So how do we sustain such fitness habits regularly? And that's becoming real-time challenges for most of the leaders. So maybe know what is your views on the same, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor?
Uh, I must say, Prakash, the your body can stand almost anything. So
True,
it's your mind that you have to convince, basically.
true,
Body सब कुछ कर सकती है, लेकिन mind जो है, if you are not positioning your mind in that manner, yeah, I have to go, get up, dressed up, charged up, and go for a walk or go for a little exercise.
true,
It will never, you will never get succeeded in convincing your mind. So it is the kick start at any moment in time which one has to take. So you must have a fire in belly of doing anything. So I think the fire in belly in you uh, expect your mind and soul to work in tandem to to put yourself in that position that yes, you have to go and do that particular thing. I remember my old days when, although we are blessed to be in a rich family, but nonetheless, the habits were given to us in such a that we don't have cars, we don't have very luxury items to take us to the school, to take us to the bus stop from where we find the buses. So I think that has given us a kickstart to wake up early in the morning. 6 o'clock the bus comes. We have to walk for about 2 kilometers to catch a bus, and 6:30 the school starts. So these days, the technology or the luxury in us, which is provided by the environment or by the parents or by us to our kids, has really really changed their habits. So they have. So I can say that that is the important ingredient in us which can kickstart. The self motivation is very important. I
True.
think that is the most important ingredient when one look into the kickoff start for anything in life, not a fitness, but for anything in life. If you want to change some habit, like say the smoker wants to quit the smoking, he or she must have the motivation to quit that and move in that direction. So I think Prakash, that is my take on this.
Great. So, rightly shared, which is one is the mindset, is what you're saying, and the self motivation a person should have.
Yes, yes,
That means there are opportunities, we are able to see them, and we need to have the mindset, a prepared mindset to go ahead for our fitness on a daily or alternate days, and let's keep going. Good. So,
right.
if just a little bit more deeper to understand, Mr. Sanjeev, maybe understand more about your fitness habits as you've been a part of the president of the Sports Council from the Global
Okay,
Chamber of
okay,
Industry and
okay.
Commerce. So, what are your
Uh,
fitness habits that will be really helping us to understand more?
Uh, Prakash, I can put that into the two perspective and then relate with my past and current lifestyle. I must say that it is very difficult to put your health and fitness as a top priority in this rat race of days and age. It
Hmm.
is the best to start with the baby steps, which will surely peak up your health tremendously. I'll put forth an example for myself
Okay.
where, you know, like say the people who were walking with me, they say, although I am from a Punjabi family, the Punjabi family are blessed with the overweight, the obesity. They have the they have the DNA in them where they say they are the overweight, their eating habits are such, ghee khana hai, desi ghee khana hai, and all sorts of things.
True.
So even uh, sorry, at my early age, I was walking so briskly that the people who were coming to me, they say, Sanjeev, aap chal rahe ho ya bhag rahe ho? So
Okay.
that is what they were trying to tell. So uh, at the later part of my life, whenever I prefer to climb up to the stairs. I prefer to avoid lifts, even if the office is at the 11th or 12th floor. I make sure that at least once during the day or during the break, I will definitely come and walk down. And now the fitness is more of a compulsion to me
Hmm.
because in 2016 I was declared as a severe case of DCMP, which is called dilated cardiomyopathy. I am a class 4 case where they said there is no option available to you but to go for a heart transplant.
Oh.
So so and I was put into such a restriction when I was on a wheelchair, when I was in an ICU, when they said that there is no other method than keeping yourself fit, even if you can't walk, but please keep in your mind that at least 20 to 40 minutes you must have to walk.
Wow. Okay.
So I have so many restrictions that drinking 1 liter of water, maximum 1 liter of liquid in a day, walking, no tala hua khana, various things. Although I have no artery blockage, no nothing of that sort, but my left ventricle of the heart is completely gone,
Oh.
where my EF rate is approximately 20%, which is called ejection fraction rate. But I
Hmm.
am still living a healthy, and I never consider myself in heart a unhealthy person.
Hmm.
So your kick within you, the patience within you, and the way you think is, I think, 50% wins your fitness. Although I have certain limitations that when I climb up, I have the breathing issues. When I basically go for a long walks, I have breathing issues. So I have various things, but I don't take it to my heart. I
Hmm.
still have a motivation. Yes, मेरे को करना है for my survival and for the survival of the society and for my family. So that has actually make my habits more agile, more, the constant, I must say. I think it is very important, which I said, you must take the baby steps rather than you say कि आज मेरे को आधा घंटा चलना ही है. No, you say that I need to start, I need to walk. It
Okay.
is not you put the time limit on it. You start with 5 minutes, increase by 7, 10, 15, 20. So that is what I think is the habit which I inculcate, which is now becomes a lifestyle for me, that I
Oh,
need to follow those norms, disciplines, and principles and certain guidelines in my life to keep myself alive in this earth.
wonderful, wonderful experience sharing and really a real life story which you've been sharing about, which is very necessary for
Right.
understanding. And it's really inspiring us. Thank you very much, Mr.
No,
Sanjeev.
no, it is
Uh,
wonderful.
yes.
No problem at all.
And you also shared about the baby steps which we need to take. So, if you, Mr. Sanjeev, if you can just relate a little bit more, what are the step-by-step approaches or step-by-step methods which we need to take to make this fitness habits a sustaining habit? And if this has to sustain, what are the step-by-step approach which we can do? And that would really help us
You know,
because in our most of the members are in fact working professionals, are as well as all the business people. So what do you think are
Prakash, I must say that if we are talking about the corporate life or an individual life, thanks to the technology has really taken our valuable time away.
Hmm.
And I think few days ago, I have seen the post of the Prime Minister. He said कि the technology, if there are 6 people sitting in the room in a family, all 6 are sitting with their gadgets on.
Oh yeah.
So we must have at least 1 hour, which is technology off for a family,
True, true.
which will help, basically strengthen our bond, strengthen our relationship. And most of the time, the problem occur within our relationship because of the miscommunication, because of the listening problem.
True.
So I think that is very, very important. So we must have, we say that the thanks to the technology, although I cannot criticize the technology because I was the one who was involved in the inception of the new technology in India in 1994 and 1995.
Hmm.
And the baby steps, yes. First, I say that you must do a do list. If you say that I don't have a time, यार मेरे ऑफिस जाना है, ऑफिस में इतनी सारे मीटिंग्स हैं, बॉस का काम करना है, बॉस ने शेयर होल्डर्स का काम करना है, I don't have a time, traveling time is that much, webinars are that much. I think that is everything. You are trying to convince yourself to get rid of it very easily.
Hmm.
Life is not easy, so you need to make a strict schedule in such a manner that you need to leapfrog. जैसे जैसे कछुआ चलता है ना, you need to make that in your life. You don't have to leapfrog and say that I want to walk like tortoise. No, 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 you want to walk like a tortoise, not like a rabbit. So I think that approach is very, very important to take the baby steps. Even if you even if you start within 5 minutes of a walk, within 5 minutes of an exercise, yoga, 5 minutes, I think 5 minutes get converted into 15, then converted into 50, then sky is the limit. So I think that is the best mantra which I can see that.
Perfect.
And that is not true for your health or fitness. That is true for any step which you want to take in life.
True.
Success is what? Success is basically the multiplication of the failures which you have in life. If you have more failures, there are more chances that you will succeed one day. So I take it that way. So I take every negative as a positive and convert that into an energy and take the things forward.
Perfect. Perfect. Great, Sanjeev. So the baby steps, what you're talking. So this reminds us with one more question. One of our member, Mr. Rajiv Mutedat, has a
Yeah,
question on the chat box which he asks.
yeah,
Just a little more deeper, he's going as
yeah.
what is the daily exercise routine recommended is what he asks. So what could be recommended as a daily routine is what he asks.
Uh, I as I mentioned you that I have certain limitations. If you are talking about me, earlier it was when I was young or when I was hale and hearty. So I was following a 30 minutes walk and 20 minutes yoga and 10 minutes of breathing exercise. So that completes my 1 hour of journey every day, which I will do it religiously, whether I am here, whether I'm abroad. That is 365 days approach, which I am following.
Perfect.
Since after my illness, I have a limitation on few things. So I do now 20 minutes of walk. I do 20 minutes of walk in a daily, 20 minutes of walk in the evening, and 10 minutes of yoga, 10 in the morning, 10 minutes of yoga in the evening. And strict diet and follow up with the few breathing exercises as and when I have a time during my work, during my lying down, wherever. So I think that is the routine which I follow.
Perfect.
But for you guys, I think the routine which I was following when I was not ill. So I think that is a routine which one must follow to keep their mind and body hale and hearty.
Perfect. So, Mr. Sanjeev, just another question comes up from other member as well.
Yeah.
They ask, is this gymming, is it necessary? Because there are different exercises being done, and only when we go to gym
Yeah.
going to a gym, is that a fitness? Or as you told, a routine of either jogging or yoga as well as a meditation, what you're talking. So, how do you think could be different? So, what are the other different methods do you feel are there,
I
which
can
can
add
be
here
guided?
that if you wants to have the fitness and health by your own means, I
Mhm.
think the one which I referred, walking, jogging, yoga, breathing exercises are the free means which you can do it anytime. If
Hmm.
you want to have the luxury lifestyle, you say you want to put a tag that I am going to the gym and doing the shoulder exercises, lifting up the weights or doing the other aerobic exercises and other. I think that it is purely on you. Gym, going to a gym, and if you are regular, because what happens during the gym,
Mhm.
3 months, 6 months, or maximum 1 year, the
Hmm.
person gives up.
Hmm.
What I refer to as walking, yoga, breathing exercises, uh, you will keep on doing it for lifelong. But gymming, I can challenge you, a person cannot do the gymming for lifelong. He or she will quit after a period of time. A, because time match nahi ho raha. B, because the pockets start pinching. C, because यार अभी ये burden लगने लग गया है. So I think those three norms are. So I still say gymming is not the bad option. It is always a good option if you can buy the expensive gyms. If you can, or I must say that you need to have the treadmill or a cross trainer at home where you can do it at home if you can afford that. So I think that is the best way of avoiding the gym even. So it is all depending upon you. The main goal is that you keep yourself fit. Whatever your mind get convinced, these are the methods.
Perfect. So
So
whatever
that
the
is what.
minds are convinced, these methods, specifically these points, what you're talking about with respective to being doing a yoga or walking, jogging plays a very important role
Very important.
as leaders, because if our mind has to be very active, our body has to be active, and that's what you're able to understand. And this walking and jogging is the activity which keeps our mind more and more active. So definitely nothing against the gymming. Gymming will definitely do that, but these two will really give you more clarity
Really,
about
really.
on our mind. So excellently shared. So one more question is there from Rajiv. Building strength is also important, isn't it? Is what you're saying, Mr. Rajiv sir. Maybe after a quiz is what maybe your question we will take it up so that that will help people more understanding much better. And I'm sure there are many more people who want to ask question. But now is the time for a quick quiz. So Mr. Sanjeev sir, we will take 2 minutes of your time,
Sure.
and we have one of our member, Mr. Rangarajan from senior manager from Nash Industries, who is going to quickly ask a quiz, specific question about the details which you have shared so far. So, Mr. Rangarajan, it's over to you for the quiz time, and we are waiting for your quiz, Rangarajan.
Thanks, Prakash.
Yes.
First, I want to tell the previous week winner, Mr. Lakshmi Narasimhan sir, who has won the Mass Leadership book, and
Just a
currently,
moment, Rangaraj, one moment. Manish, kindly also add him on the spotlight
yes,
so people are able to see him as well. Thank you very much. So, yeah, go ahead, Rangarajan. Mr. Rangarajan, go ahead.
are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, you're able to hear us. Cool. Go ahead, start.
Yeah, this much this winner going to get the book shared from Mr. Ashwin. The book is going to be Goal. Goal, which is means to be game-oriented active learning. More about the book, it is like the learning with respect to the
Okay.
game.
Unable to hear.
So, over to
Rangarajan,
the question now.
Rangarajan, just a minute. I believe
Are you
there
able
is
to hear me now?
Rangarajan.
No, no, not.
Rangarajan.
Able to hear.
Okay, that's okay, Rangarajan. Maybe I will continue from there. There is very low voice from your side. Nevertheless, there could be a network problem as well. So, members as well as visitors, let me share with you the last week's quiz winner. We have 2 weeks quiz winner, and the last to last week quiz winner is Mr. David Silveraj, who's from Penicia Facility Management Services, who has also won the Mass Leadership book. And the previous week we had another Mr. Lakshmi Narasimhan, who has also received the book of the Mass Leadership, in fact. So great, wonderful. Thank you very much, quiz winners. For this week, we have Mr. Ashraf, who is our quiz partner, who is here with us today. He is author for the book called Goal. So, Mr. Ashraf, if you're here, kindly turn on your camera, please, and we'll also spotlight you on.
Hi Prakash, good evening.
Hi Ashraf, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Great. Thank you very much, Ashraf, for supporting us in terms of sharing your book as a complimentary for the quiz winner today. All right. So
My pleasure.
that's really great. So we like to give a quick short about brief about your book, Ashraf Ali. So it will help the members also know about what is the book all about.
Sure, Mr. Sanjeev was talking about the importance of fitness. I believe games are a wonderful medium to engage and keep us physically and mentally fit. So if you're playing a regular sport or any game which keeps your mind alert and active, I was always passionate about games as well as learning from the childhood. In the last 20 years of me being in the space of learning and development, I've used many games, both in indoor and outdoor situations, to bring the desired learning. So games bring a unique flavor, the fun flavor into the learning. And also it engages your mind to think, plan, strategize, and also connect and collaborate with the people. So the book which I've written, which is this Goal. So Goal stands for Game-Oriented Active Learning. It's a trademark I've taken for my approach. And this is active learning. Otherwise, we just keep listening and there's a passive learning. So this is a very different active learning approach. And what I have done in this book is the last 20 years, whatever my experience, I have captured the essence of it. The book has, I would say, 8 chapters, and it has 2 parts. The first 4 chapters deal with how games can be excellent facilitation and learning tools. So that's the first part. The second part of the book focuses on what can we learn from different games. There are different genre of games. Okay. So what can we learn from different games? And the final part is how to make our life and work as a game. So how can we gamify our life and how to make the whole work as a fun process. So that's the book about it. And this released in January and is doing well. So thank you, Prakash, for inviting me. I'm happy to share.
Members and visitors, I've been knowing Ashraf for more than, I believe, 8 to 9 years. Am I right, Ashraf?
Sure.
Thank you very much for being in here. And members as well as visitors, we also have the link of the particular book. Mr. Ashraf is there on the chat box. So feel free in case if you want to buy the book, that will be really helping. But let's go to quick quiz, and that will really help. So Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor, and let's see who is getting this particular book complimentary from Ashraf, who is going to share with us. All right. So
Prakash, are you able to hear?
Yes, yes, Rangarajan, I can hear you now. Perfect. So would
Yeah,
you like to take this?
just I want, yeah, the question which I'm here to ask is the main goal of fitness is the routine which we need to follow. So, sir has told routine which he followed for health and healthy. I want Pastor Finger first to tell what is his routine.
Great. Wonderful question, Rangarajan. So what's the
There are
routine
three
that Sanjeev
parameters.
Kapoor follows?
Yeah, the three routine which sir follows which make us in a good fitness.
Great.
Awaiting for the answers.
There are
Mm,
people typing in.
no, it's partially correct. Both are wrong only. I want the exact answer for all the three things.
So Rajiv says 30 minutes exercise, 30 minutes yoga, 15 minutes
Yoga
breathing.
is wrong. Yoga is wrong and everything is wrong. I want the exact answer, which is going to create our fitness schedule. It should be exact.
Okay. Prabhakaran
I
G
want
says,
more
never
answers.
think I am sick. Yeah, that's true, Prabhakaran. But the question is, what
What
is
is the
the fitness
routine?
habit which Sanjeev Kapoor follows? So,
Yeah,
Rangarajan, quick question. Was that before when he was sick or after he was sick?
before sick is okay for me because which we need to follow.
Yes. That's what you told that is very recommended, right? That's what Sanjeev Kapoor also told.
Yes. Yeah. What is the routine Sanjeev Kapoor sir has recommended to us? I want the people to follow so that the answer
True.
should be exact to make us follow.
So,
Congrats, Ambika. The answer what Ambika madam has told is exactly correct. 30 minutes of walking, 20 minutes of yoga, and 10 minutes of breathing exercise. Congrats, madam.
Yeah,
Over to you,
wonderful.
Prakash.
Absolutely. This is
great.
correct.
Thank you very much.
This is
Yes,
correct.
Mr. Sanjeev,
This is
sir.
correct. This is absolutely correct.
Oh, wow. Thanks very much, Rangarajan. Thank you very much, Sanjeev sir. Congratulations, Ambika. So members as well as visitors, kindly type congratulations, Ambika. And Ambika, you are getting this book, Goal, which is Goal-Oriented Active Learning book from Mr. Ashraf Ali as complimentary. So, Ambika, we would request you to kindly unmute yourself and turn on your camera, please, if possible. That will help. Ambika? Oh, I believe Ambika is just. Yes, Ambika, I believe it unmuted yourself.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Ambika, we are able to hear you. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Ambika, that you have received the book from Mr. Ashraf Ali, The Goal.
Congratulations, Abhika.
Congratulations, Ambika, for that. Okay, maybe.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you very much for turning the camera on as well, Ambika. That's really great.
Okay.
Good. So, Ambika,
Actually, I was so much interested in this topic. Actually, last week only, I have set a goal for this fitness part
okay.
for both for physical as well as the mental fitness goal. I have set it, so I was eagerly waiting for this topic. Actually, after getting the link from the Connect.
Great, great.
Great. Thank you
Wonderful,
very much.
Ambika. So, Ashraf, maybe we will be definitely sharing you the address of Ambika shortly, and we will be taking.
Hello. Can
Yeah, Ambika, I believe there is a network connectivity
Network issue. Yeah.
distraction. That's completely fine. So, yes. So, thanks very much, Ambika. So, yeah, members, do we have any questions, any more other questions more specific to Mr. Sanjeev? And then we will be able to take it up. Now is the time for open questions. And we have open questions either on the chat box you can type, or feel free to raise your hand and our team will be unmuting you so that you can ask direct questions to Mr. Sanjeev. Your challenges about fitness also you can ask Mr. Sanjeev, where he will be happy to share the experiences and recommendations which will also help you to go ahead and sustain certain fitness habits. So quickly, if you have any questions, let them type on the chat box and we would be going ahead. So in the meantime, Mr. Sanjeev, we also had a question of Mr. Rajiv, right? Mr.
Yeah.
Rajiv, sir, you had a question on the chat box you put earlier. So may I know what was that question, Mr. Rajiv? Mr. Rajiv, if you can just unmute yourself and then we can share. Yes. So the question what Mr. Rajiv was asked is, do we also need to be very fit? Is that the question, Mr. Rajiv, you asked? Okay, Rangaran says the network issue, that's fine. Mr. Arul, kindly help Mr. Rajiv to unmute himself. So that will be helpful. And any other questions, you're welcome now on respective to the specific topic on fitness for leaders. And quickly, that will really help us in understanding more about these details. Yeah, and we have Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor, the President of Sports Council. So that's okay. Rajiv isn't responding. That's completely fine. Thanks very much. Okay, so Mr. Devraj, you have a question? Okay, so we'll give you an option to unmute yourself. The question is very simple. Is there any time for following fitness? Okay, so Devran is asking Mr. Sanjeev, is there a specific time to follow certain fitness habits? So what's your answer, Mr. Sanjeev?
Mr. Devraj, before I answer this question, I will ask you, the question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
If you have a nature call at any moment in time, even during your meeting, you excuse yourself and go out and say, I have a nature call.
Yeah.
So it same goes for a fitness.
Okay.
Fitness is as important as your nature call during the day. So I think as nature call, we keep ourselves ki subah or sham, yeah, in between whenever there is a nature call. So I think the fitness also is that important a discipline which we follow in life. So,
Yeah.
so I think the fitness we have to make like we are taking a meal during the day. We are taking a breakfast during the day, or I take the medicines during morning, afternoon, and evening. So I think it is a if we keep it close to our heart, I think we win the battle. We win the battle. The fitness is very, very important in our uh, part of life. It should be a routine. It should be a routine.
Yeah. Thanks, Sanjeev. Actually, like, what the question really, what I have meant is for any specific time you practice this yoga, walk and all. No, is there
That
any
I
specific
think,
time, morning or evening or in the,
if I
which is better?
if I go with the various norms followed by the gurus and the acharyas, which they say that the morning time and when the sun is about to set, these are the two times which are very, very good for having yogas on the ground. So I think because morning, why? Because in the morning time you are free from various headaches, you are free from various pressures. You can apply what you will apply to yourself, and in the evening it is nature who is dimming you down, your energy is going down, so your energy level booster will help you again, refreshing yourself for the next 8 hours of your journey which you are going to spend during the day. So I think the morning hours are the best, and the evening, I think around 5 or 6, these are the best hours, which I prefer to do.
Yeah, thanks for that, Sanjeev.
Yeah.
Actually, like, maybe one of the person told that, the when we say that we don't have time, people will ask that, do you have time for breakfast, or do you have time for lunch, or do you time have for
That is what I was telling
bathing?
you.
So
That is what I was telling you.
again, it is only the priorities which we give
It is
for
the priority.
certain
It is
things,
the priority.
nothing else, right? So
And
anyway,
I'm
good.
telling you, if you put yourself कि मेरे को आधा घंटा या 1 घंटा वो चीज करनी है, तो I think that your mind will restrict you to do that. आप ये सोचेंगे मेरे को करना है. I need to do it for 5 minutes, 7 minutes. वो gradually अपने आप, if you take the baby steps, I think the role of baby steps are very important. If you see the child, एक step लेके खड़ा होता है, फिर वो बैठता है, फिर वो अपनी माँ को देखता है, अपने फादर को देखता है, हंसता है, वो फिर नीचे शक्ल करता है, वो फिर आगे बढ़ने की कोशिश करता है. So in the similar manner, if you follow that routine, if you, I think the best example of that is to see that when the child start walking. So you need to take that stride in your life. I think your life become more disciplined.
Great, great.
Thanks, Sanjeev. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you
both
very
are.
much, Sanjeev Kapoor.
Thank
And
you.
Sanjeev, Mr. Devarayan is the HR head at Hitachi ABB. He
Okay, okay,
also
okay,
takes care of the complete human resource.
okay,
Good.
okay.
Thanks very much, Mr. Devarayan,
Thank
for
you.
asking the particular question. Mr. Sanjeev, I got in my personal chat box one more question.
Please.
The question says, yeah, definitely we agree morning is much more good.
Yeah.
But the question is very simple here. But when I do really most of the time jogging or walking, I tend to feel tired, is what the person asks. So, what is your answer? Because they do jogging, it becomes more tired for them, it seems. So, what are the recommendations you would like to share?
I think if you are, I always recommend that when your mind and body feel tired, you
Hmm.
stop at that instant. Whether you started with 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes. So I think slowly, your mind and body start taking your what you want to do. So I think tiredness is not that which will stop you not doing the fitness exercise or the running or walking or jogging.
Hmm.
टायर्डनेस इज अ सिग्नल दैट आज के लिए आपकी बॉडी इस समय के लिए इतना ही ले पा रही है. योर बॉडी कैन टेक दैट मच. सो प्लीज रेस्ट फॉर अ while, and if you feel that you can take it next right, take it. So I think that is the best way. Tiredness is not a illness. Tiredness is that your body can take for that instant that very moment for doing the exercise, jogging, walking, or whatever. So I
Great.
think tiredness, you don't take it as a drawback for not doing the exercise and say, यार मैं तो थक ही जाता हूँ तो मैं क्या करूँ? So I
Yes.
think that is only in your mind. That is a sign of lethargy. That is a sign of laziness. So don't try to imply that as an excuse. So I say it is more of an excuse than a reason for not doing the exercise or walking.
So thanks very much, Sanjeev, for sharing that. And we have one more answer for sorry, question from Mr. Vinay Mish, who's in the chat box. We're able to see now to everyone. The question is, what is the minimum time we should devote for physical fitness? Okay.
It like say, I say that one person can sustain with one chapati, other can sustain with two, other can sustain with three. So it is your body, it is your the fitness regime. Uh, anything between 20 minutes to say 60 minutes is a good regime which one can follow.
Hmm. Okay. Perfect. So that itself will really add us.
Yeah.
And as you rightly told, baby steps. So even we
Very
can start
important.
from 5 minutes initially, and then that will
Yes,
really
yes, yes. You
keep
will
adding
definitely
on.
improve. You will definitely improve because I have so many, international gold medalist players who are connected with me, the senior Olympians and other people who are, they take the challenge of reducing milliseconds or seconds during day or a week, and then they apply it during a period of time, and then they reach towards the national goal, the national record or the international records in strides. They don't say कि I am doing now 47.6 seconds and the record is now 37, so man next day I will target for 37. They don't do that. They will say 47.6, I will next day I will do it 47.4. So in that many milliseconds gap they will try to improve it, and they will improve it over 3 months, 6 months time frame. So I think that should be the aim. वही
Great.
आप ये देखिए ना, अगर आप जितना छोटा स्ट्राइड लेके
Hmm.
चढ़ेंगे या कूदेंगे, आपको उतनी कम चोट लगेगी. आप
Yes.
अगर एकदम चौथे माले से नीचे गिरेंगे तो you know what will going to happen. I don't want to spell out. So that is the aim, in any instant of life.
Yes.
Baby steps are always important.
Yes, the
Always
baby
important.
steps plays a very important role. So it is just a mindset. It's just not planning ourselves 1 hour and one
No,
hour
no,
is
no,
becoming
no.
difficult. Instead, what he's saying is even 5 minutes really helps. Start with the 5 minutes. Start with the 4 minutes. That is what is going to make you a
That
regular
is what
habit.
going to make a big difference in your life.
True. That is only going to start sustaining for you. Good, good.
Absolutely.
And we have one last question. Mr. Harisha Goal say asked that question. Is there any specific minimum sleeping hours for keeping ourselves fit? So what's the minimum?
I think earlier I was reading, earlier it is always said that 8 hours of sleep is very important. But nowadays I was reading, few journals which says that 4 hours of sleep at one instant in two times in a day is very, very important. 4 hours during the day, 4 hours during the night. So I don't know which is correct or which is not correct, but I think yes, the number is correct. 8 hours of sleep is very important in life, which is very, very important to keep yourself discharged and charged up for and boost up your energy levels to wake up afresh. And don't forget to follow the fitness regime for 20 minutes to 60 minutes, whatever you can do. So I think that will keep your sleeping habits and the fitness habits to a level of discipline in your life.
Perfect. Great. Wonderful, Mr. Sanjeev. Thanks very much for sharing all these
No,
answers
no.
and giving them more enlightening us.
Pleasure is mine. Pleasure is mine, Prakash.
Sure, sure, sure. So, members and visitors, I have only one simple question. Just can type in the chat box. So, there were few people who were doing the daily habits routine. Fitness habits was routine. For few people, it was every alternate day. For few people, whenever you had time. So, henceforth from today, what do you think we can do? What do you feel is your answers? Will we able to at least take up a routine? It could be at least alternate day. 5 minutes. Will we able to do that? Is it possible? What is your answers? Kindly type in the chat box. What are your answers? Can you type in the chat box? Yes, 5 minutes is possible is what Ramki says. Thanks very much, Ramki, for answering that particular question. 1 hour daily is possible is what Lakshmi Narasimhan says. Rajiv says, yes, it's possible. Definitely, as Mr. Sanjeev says, take the baby steps. Our ultimatum as fitness for leaders is sustaining the fitness habits and is just not doing it whenever I find time. And when we start sustaining fitness habits physically, that is going to help us in our mentally, we will be more and more active. And that's what, in fact, Mr. Sanjeev has explained us. Thanks very much. Most of the other people are sharing 1 hour, then 15 minutes, then 30 minutes. Yes, it is possible. One important question I would like to ask you all. So let's not share these answers for me or Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor who are asking this question. Please ensure that these answers, what you have typed in, is for whom? Is for your own self. And I'm sure that own self is what he's talking about. Our mindset. Let's not just share this answers here on the screen and type this on the screen. We have done it. Let's start religiously or understand it more and more clearly at how fitness plays a very important role. And let's start, in fact, doing it daily or every alternate days. So with that, let's come to a conclusion of all the points what Mr. Sanjeev has shared. So Mr. Sanjeev, we quickly understood most of the important aspects. The first question which we asked on fitness for leaders was about how the challenges today most of the corporate people are facing is they feel that they have a lot of work to be done and it's been very challenging to spend time. And the answer was very clear and it's told that it is one is the mindset, second is the self-motivation. We need to be motivated to do so. And the mindset is very clear, that's when you will be able to easily take steps too. And the second question which we asked was, what are your fitness habits? And you're given a clear explanation of your walk routine and your walking, jogging, and meditation routines, which is really helping us. 30 minutes of walking for 20 minutes of yoga and 10 minutes of meditation will really help. And that's what you're recommending people as well for a long sustaining activity. Definitely, we will take up your recommendations of the same. And we also asked what are step-by-step approaches, and your activities were very clear. Let's start taking baby steps. Our goal is not to say dedicate 1 hour of time, and 1 hour is becoming very, very challenging to dedicate 1 hour. And a lot of work is there, and 1 hour is challenging. But at least 5 minutes a day, the baby steps is going to help us. And let's not focus on the other people who are doing or not doing. Think about our own self, how much each day we are able to improve, and that will sustain. That's what you've given us in terms of sustenance. And what are the other different methods of fitness? That's when you shared with us most of the other aspects about gymming, what's the importance of it, or most importantly, what you told about the basic stretch ups, the walking and jogging, which will activate our mindsets and that will help us. which will improve our stamina, because a lot of other exercises are not going to improve our stamina. Jogging will improve our stamina, and as leaders, we need to have more stamina when we need to start showcasing our, we need to be a role model or an example for others. We need to have the stamina for long working hours, and these are the aspects which he shares, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor, to us. So thank you very much, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor, for sharing this excellent insight which has been done. And Arul Prakash, I would request you to kindly share the PPT of our next week's guest, so that we are also aware about the next week's guest. In the meantime, Arul Prakash is sharing the next week's guest for the members as well as the visitors who are attending here for the first time. The Mass Leadership Community is being conducted every week on a Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., where we invite a top management leader from a corporate company and who will give solutions for our real-time challenging situations, which could be on leading self, leading others, or as well as leading business. And today's was more specifically focused on leading self with respect to fitness for leaders. And where do we type these challenges? Members and visitors, very important. We can visit our site, themassleadership.com. For the members who have typed in already your challenges, great. For the members and visitors who are yet to type, go to themassleadership.com. There's a separate column you have where you can type in your respective challenges. Trust me, you will have the solutions from all the top corporate leaders who will give the solutions. And members, let's just not stop listening to the solutions. Our role from henceforth is going to start taking actions on the solutions, what we listen every week after week. And I'm sure Manish from our backend team is going to really help us in our logins and how can we track the actions, what we need to take for the solutions, what we are listening from leaders week after week after week. And that's what we keep doing it. So here is where we have the next week's link. And Arul Prakash, I would like to share the quick screen of the next week's speaker. The next week's speaker is Ms. Gauri Das, who is the head of human resources from Indian Factoring and Solutions Private Limited. And the topic which she is going to take is one of our member here, Ms. Ambika, who today's quiz winner. She has written this particular topic, very simple, but a lot of thinking process, consistency in achieving results. And the topic for next week, which leaders are facing, is, there are 2-3 other people have written on this particular topic, but Ambika is here today with us, consistency in achieving results. So members and visitors, if you feel that for you to achieve results and we need to have consistency in achieving results, do you feel there are challenges in doing so? Yes, Gauri Das is going to give you solutions on how do we do the same. A lot of experience she has and she's going to share with you a lot of answers. And thank you very much, Mr. Devarayan. Devarayan is the person also who's going to tweak in more questions on the same to ask our leaders who's going to be the next week as well. Thanks very much for taking up that role as well, Mr. Devarayan. Great. So with that, thank you very much once again, Mr. Sanjeev. It has been really exciting that you have been here with us. And Mr. Sanjeev, I would request you to turn on your camera. Thanks very much, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much, and pleasure is mine, and wish all of you a healthy life. Thank you very much. And we must remember one thing, life is going to be a journey, and it is not a sprint to get in shape. So very important. So if we apply that principle, we all get succeeded in living a healthy and wealthy lifestyle. Thank you very much. Thank you, Prakash, for hosting me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that's the message you like to share to all our members. That's been really great, Mr. Sanjeev, for sharing such inspiring message as well. And we will be taking it up. So before we all leave, my contact number is in the chat box. So for people who are attending the first time, feel free to ping me, and then we will be adding you onto a group, the Mass Leadership group, which will help us. So thanks very much, Sanjeev. Thank you all the members as well as the visitors. And we have one last thanking video for all. And here is the thanking video. So thank you one and all for being in here. And thanks very much. Please let's remember to type in our learnings, what we have on the specific members group which we have. All the members group are more active now, and ensure that you are able to type in your learnings so that help other members who have missed today. So
Thank you.
thank you very much, Sanjeev sir.
So I'm leaving the meeting now, Prakash, with your permission.
Yes, thank you very much, Sanjeev sir.
Thank
We will
you.
stay in touch.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye.
Have a great evening all. Thank you members, thank you visitors, and thank you Mr. Sanjeev. Thank you all.